When it comes to the cost per semi-trailer, how do you avoid getting scammed? A lot of people often look at someone's posts on Watcha, their WeChat moments, or even TikTok, and feel like this person is doing really well. That's how outsiders see it. But how do we insiders look at it? Let me share three very simple points. The first is to look at the person's WeChat name and profile picture. Anyone who is doing legitimate business has a professional mindset. So their name will definitely be related to themselves and their company. For example, my name is Jin Taiwan Li Kao Shamagohe, and I always display our company's name because I have many foreign clients on my WeChat, so I use our company's English name. But a lot of people, after you add them on WeChat, don't write their company name. Instead, they put something like Liang Shan Man Trailer or Trailer Direct Sales. Without exception, people like this are unreliable and not worth contacting. Just based on this point alone, if they don't dare to say which company they're from, they're not trustworthy. Deep down, these people are shady. All they think about is selling at a high price and then finding the cheapest company to fulfill the order. Next, let's talk about profile pictures. Does the person use a real photo of themselves as their WeChat profile picture? For example, mine has always been a real photo, and I often post on my Moments and Video channel, always appearing in person myself. I show up personally and do it frequently. People like this are doing legitimate business and won't cheat you, right? I've been in this industry for 20 years now. I have a very large client base, and I often share photos of my family on my WeChat and other platforms because we don't deceive people. We're just doing business, so there's nothing wrong with that, right? But as for scammers, they usually use a landscape or a picture of their product as their profile photo. They don't dare to show their real face. So, if someone doesn't use a real photo of themselves as their profile picture and doesn't indicate in their WeChat name, signature, or other places which company they're from, you can just pass on them directly. There's no need to make any contact. The second thing is to look at their social media activity on TikTok, Facebook, WhatsApp, WeChat, and so on. What's really important isn't just looking at rows and rows of their products, but checking whether their company's logo appears on those products. Of course, as we mentioned earlier, you should pass on people who don't use a company name and never mention which company they're from. These people are definitely in a gray area and absolutely not worth contacting. And some people might use their real name and real photo, but the products they post never show their company's name. So, do you understand what this means? These people are transient. They often go to various places to secretly film videos or take photos, or they go on Douyin or other platforms to download and re edit other people's videos. There are a lot of people like this on TikTok posting tons of products every day, but none of these products have their company's logo on them. Now, even if we just buy a t-shirt, it will have our own logo on it. How could it be possible not to put their company's logo on it? That's the second point. The third thing is, if you're purchasing this truck for your client, you must make sure the client inspects it carefully on site. Have you ever seen it locally? Has anyone seen this brand of truck in the area? Then ask about user feedback. Ask several people. If this brand of dump truck has never been seen locally, you shouldn't buy it. Because there's another kind of scam. Some scammers have dozens of companies that steal our company's website, clone our photos, erase our logo, and even the quotations are exactly the same, only changing the company name and payment details. Using our photos and videos gives people a really good impression, right? But they don't have our logo, or maybe they even paid someone to Photoshop our logo onto the images. But cars like these don't actually exist locally. You simply won't see them. In the past, many of my clients would often say, Chinese people. They would say it's hard to understand why, with the same quotation list, everything is the same, the details are all the same. Why are the prices different? You've specified the item, but you haven't specified the quantity, the weight, or the material. There are countless areas open to manipulation. If you haven't specified the brand of certain components, things can get pretty complicated. I sum it up in 3 points. The first is to check their WeChat, WhatsApp, or TikTok. See if they use the company name or the company name plus their personal name or even their own phone number. All of these are possible. Anyone who doesn't display their personal name or company name, especially the company name, should raise a flag. For example, people like us in our 40s might not have a great sounding name, so sometimes we don't use our real name, which is understandable, but whether or not they show the company name is what you should pay attention to. No need to get in touch then. If they lack a real profile photo, don't bother. Also, ignore them if their moments have no personal posts. Check their activity too. If product listings show many company logos or none at all, it's all plagiarized. It's all secretly taken photos. For example, a lot of our goods aren't even finished yet, but they secretly take photos and then dozens or even hundreds of people are posting them. This is not acceptable. The third thing is you must make sure that the end user carefully checks whether this product is actually available locally. Is the product actually there? Then interview some local users. Because in China, there's another kind of scammer who steals other people's websites, photos, and price lists, basically copies everything and then offers a lower price. This kind of thing happens a lot. There are especially many scammers like this in China. Somewhere in the middle, really. The most important thing is to find someone reliable. A reliable person is building a real business. As for scammers, they always try to make you think their specs are high and their prices are low, but in reality, it's all just a scam.